started. Right, so let me just make this adjustment while we're live. So, hello and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV with the Blighty Otaku. Just waiting to actually log in. That should actually happened now. I'm still having issues trying to get the sound balanced. I'll just reduce the microphone volume so that I'm not constantly peeking into the yellow, which at least is actually happening properly now. So yeah, so on Tuesday we got started on patch 6.1 content. Right, let's just pick this up and Jewish Guardian Choker of Aiming. Alright, because hopefully we will be able to clear out Dunbar Ring of Aiming, Dunbar Necklace of Casting, Dunbar... Oh, right, yeah, because I picked those up from... Azdal's Legacy, whatever the dungeon is. Yeah, Azdal's Legacy. Because I did that as well. And I think we actually did pick up our... Yep. So, the plan for today is... Well, I need to do you, because we can actually... kill two birdcicles with one stone. And we're gonna do the usual starting routine, which means I just do Gold Saucer, Tribal, no, I think I'm gonna do Gold Saucer. Hang on, I need to dump you and you in inventory. Ugh. Okay, so I still have... Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull out all of that materia, sort my inventory, right, and sort. So I'm only going to be here just to do cat pop. So I actually haven't alright, purchase the cat pop. Nope. close again. Right, so, yeah, our first stop is going to be Doman Enclave this time. To, dump off all the gear I got. Thinking of, how much have I got left of the budget for this week? 15,323. Alright, donation basket. First things first. Yep. You. I'm also gonna drop all of you in there, and that's another 10 grand, 10,000. And I'm still peeking into the yellow. As soon as I go, the proper warm. 7 previous opens made to the burden harmony. Alright. Only beginning to take shape, and yet I'll look on it. Staring in my breast. You wonder as to the purpose of yonder building. It's to serve as a storefront. Of late, the Enclave has seen increased traffic, visitors from near and far. We cannot afford to give them anything less than the best impression, and so I thought to sell decorations and other colourful papercraft. Perchance you are familiar with Kagagu? Ah yes, there is a word you know for this. Pinwheels. Miniature windmills made of paper, aye? As the wind blows, the little wheels spin. A simple child's pleasure to look on one held in the hand perhaps, but the sight of many arranged is a rather more grand spectacle. Still, I expect little profit will come from sales to what few customers we receive here. Wholesale traders remain the key to our success. The other day, Kazakura told me that they had a promising lead, but she has yet to give me further details. I cannot help but wonder what sort of individual of concern they are. News regarding a concern which wholesale. Yeah. I know who he was actually referring to. No, not if you're aware, but we were contacted by the Shazzy card before we left Eorzea, and on their behalf explore various avenues by which you might sell paper and papercraft to the merchants of the West. Through a intermediate, a rather large and highly successful company expressed an interest in entering into an arrangement. I can say with some confidence that they will do their utmost to ensure that we all profit. Oh, such wonderful news! Though I might ask, who is the company in question? If it is as successful as you say, perhaps our Eorzean patron knows it. Rowena's House of Splendors. I'd sooner suggest they sell their souls to avoid scent. Or not deny that we too had our misgivings. Every man, woman, and child of Ronan's toll well knows her reputation. But it's better to have such a ruthless merchant as an ally rather than a foe. None will fight more fervently on our behalf, I pray. I suspect there is a story I'm not being told, and I really wish my computer would stop being an absolute freaking douchebag. Try to complete our payment as soon as possible. Back to work, everyone. The construction of the yard is proceeding in place. The Cheese and Guy is planning to enter into contract with Rowena's House of Splendors, for which Dover will surely profit. Surely! I'm serious, and don't call me Shirley. Okay. Can I actually squeeze through there? Yes, I can. Right, and let's see, do we have another cutscene? Great tries in our efforts to rebuild the Enclave. As you continue to contribute to the Shades and Kai and reconstruct effort, in what other ways might the Doman Enclave grow and change? Yeah, and I'm still having... Yep, and that's all we get. Alright, let's just quickly reorganize you lot. Yeah, because around here, yeah, it's not actually been built yet. I think that's probably the next phase. Yeah, because they can't really do much until the paper mill is actually built. But yeah, once it's actually done, this will actually become a store you can actually buy stuff from. Right, now then. Over to Yehimad. Ah, lovely. Man, it's raining. No. Mount Relay. Okay, so Sindaruba, Ancient Rookie, and Galal Generosity. Alright, how close are we to... Yeah, that'll probably only happen over next week. It really depends on what I actually do. Right. Here we go. Incoming! Right, I think his is blue. Yeah, this quest is the same no matter what. So, you. Right, and now I need to find the last one, which I think. Right, so, oh, I've got the cart. We're gonna head over to Nightwatch to get the flowers, so we can actually do complete, run off flowers for Cinderuva. I think we have to aim this way. And touchdown! You know what? Save time. I'm just gonna use these dudes to actually get down. I think we can just use the Chocobo Porter here at Yehima to head to Pakistan and go Chocobo Key. Porter. No, we actually came from Pakistan, we need to actually go to the Great Work. And considering I can't see Razat Khan there, I have a feeling I've forgotten to the Chocobo Key there. Right. Yep, and over. Oh, Nervous Rider. It's this dude. Yeah, because this quest takes several different, so this one will actually probably will end up being in one of many locations, but the response is always different. As with this one, it's just speak to Nidana. I'm gonna try to fix it myself. I never consider asking for help. There's one you have to tell to take a deep breath. One actually took notes, and you have to remind him. And that dude, yeah, you just tell him to speak to Nidana. Here are your flowers. And there we go. Level 81 Astrologian. Okay, so what I'm actually going to do is yeah, because I need to aim for this structure in the distance. No preference. Yeah. I'd actually not spoken to the Chocobo Porter here. Which is the reason why I couldn't actually fly to Razatan. Oh, yeah, everything is repaired. Alright. Yeah, because my intent is to actually complete the rest of this and
Right, here we all are.
get the 24-man alliance raid.
You
stuff
discovered
going.
something new.
I took a closer look at that device. I was able to determine how it keeps the void gate sealed, but not how it might instead be employed to expand the opening. For that, I would need to reference the technique developed by Vritra's alchemists, no records of which appear to have survived the intervening years.
We know this, so why have you sent for us? Have you learned aught of value or not?
Patience, good sir. one must introduce the subject before launching into specifics. From what we understand, travel between worlds is accomplished by passing through the nebulous rift which exists between them. Picture, if you will, the moment you were called to the first. You touched a focus of some kind to help the Exarch pinpoint your location. His summoning spell then channeled the energies of the Crystal Tower to begin your journey to his world. The magics tore a hole in the walls separating source and shard, and cast you into the intervening nothingness. In that place, the laws of nature hold no sway. Yet even through this realm of temporal and spatial instability, you were borne safely to your destination in the first.
Although not exactly on target.
The feat that guided you across such an unimaginable distance, both physical and metaphorical, was nothing short of a miracle.
Then what of the many void scent found in the source? Who guides them here, and how?
An excellent question. Though there are several methods by which the Void's denizens might intrude upon our world, the rituals of summoning are the most typical. For example, let us consider the Gargoyle, a creature of middling power. To call upon such an entity, the prospective summoner must force open a void gate. The portal lasts but a moment and is relatively small, allowing only an imp or other lesser being to squeeze through with their physical body intact. Our more powerful gargoyle, however, is too large for that. Creating a gate big enough for him would require vast amounts of energy, far beyond the reserves of any one mortal practitioner. Instead, 'tis far more common to bring over only the entity's soul. We had a taste of that ourselves when a certain Exarch dragged us to the first. And just as our bodies remained in our world, the Void Sense physical form is left behind in the 13th. Once at its destination, the summoned soul is granted a temporary shell to inhabit. In the gargoyle's case, a stone effigy has proven a suitable vessel.
Wait. You said that void scent must be called here deliberately by someone in the source, reeled in like a fisherman with his catch.
Exactly. For a being to navigate the chaos of the rift, with or without form, there must needs be a guiding agent on the other side.
When the hordes poured forth from Alag's Great Gate, it was the technologists who drew them through. Though to my knowledge, planar fissures are in essence natural passages between our world and the void, which require no such guidance to traverse. Why is only the boundary between the source and the 13th so fragile? So much so that it often tears open of its own accord.
I believe solving that mystery is key to understanding travel between the source and its reflections.
And how do you intend to get your answers?
No, the danger is too great.
Perhaps, but what some call danger, others think of as adventure.
Were you not listening to my tale? Never mind that the means to expand the gate has been lost to the ages. Even could you force the portal wide enough, you would be greeted by an army of murderous horrors the very instant you step through.
I assure you I was most attentive, and I agree that to go alone would be certain death. But if I were to bring along one who has already braved the 13th and humbled the cloud of darkness, well, I imagine my chances would be much improved.
Count me in.
I had a feeling you might say that. Once again, I put my life in your ever-reliable hands.
Just don't do anything stupid.
That said, as
Like
much as I would
use
like to
flow
march straight
or
back to the Void
or
Gate,
fall in the hole.
there is the small
So you have
matter
to use
of being
flow.
unable to open it without the Satrap's personal authority.
As I've said before, I will grant you and yours any boon you choose to name, provided it does not endanger my people.
You have my word that we will take every precaution. Not a single void scent will be allowed to threaten Radzat Han, assuming we manage to expand the portal in the first place.
You have a plan.
Actually, I had hoped you might help us with that. I presume the alchemists you retained supplied you with some explanation of their methodology.
That they did. House Daimir was overseeing the project.
Daimir. Ah, yes. The family associated with the great work.
I did not fully comprehend the theory, but their research began with a void scent which had slipped through the fissure. After a thorough examination, they created an arcane simulacrum possessed of similar qualities. A man-made void scent, if you will. It was apparently indispensable in their efforts to enlarge the gate.
A man-made void scent?
Yes. Being great admirers of the Archons, House Daimir submitted detailed notes to Charlene's official committee. They expected praise and accolades for their simulacrum, and were thus devastated to be informed that their work had been classified as prohibited material.
If that's true, then those notes might still be stored in a forbidden archive somewhere. Not Google, of course, since that library had yet to be built. Which leaves us with...
with Graha's favorite place to sneak around.
Indeed. Numenon's restricted stacks may very well hold a copy.
I think the response
In
is
which
the
case,
same if you actually
I say we head directly to Charlian.
If you actually respond with Numenon.
Unless you anticipate needing help to reach the high shelves. I see myself being of little use. Go on ahead. I still need to find Mirad and tell him about the Kalzal Foundation.
Let us be on our way as well.
They are resolved to venture into the void. Do I sit idly by?
Alright. Yeah. Okay, so next stop, back to Charlian. And 500 miles of scrolling in the teleport list. So I could have just manually selected the from the top. Alright, Yashtola. Permission to the forum. First, however, we need to enlist the cooperation of a member to approach the matter on our behalf. Who do you think might be inclined to assist us? Well, one springs to mind. What does Skullheart want? Came to Graha's defense during the inquiry, after all. Let's head to Numenon and... Right, well, I mean, I could actually just, yeah, see, now we actually have, 2 quests. Because we have this, which is for, Pandemonium. I'm actually going to have to do that at one point, because to get the top weapons, and yeah, that one in there is actually for Mystery to the 12, or whatever it's called. I mean, I could actually just use the Ethernet because they've actually fixed that issue. Discuss the studium. I apprenticed to Master Matoya at the age of 7 and laboured under her tutelage for a full decade. Never had the chance to attend the studium. Even did Frankfurt, as I recall. Soon after Master Louis took him off the streets, he was put in the care of another Archon. His was a rigorous and practical education in the arts of espionage and survival. I sometimes wonder what my life might have been if I had who studies here instead. See you at the last stand after lectures? Oh, that does sound lovely. Afternoons with friends, Pacific tea and debating theories. Still, I won't give up my time and master a toy for the world. The dank cave I studied in was just as far from the bright airy halls of academia as one could get. But it was a wondrous magical childhood nonetheless. Oh, okay, wrong way. Excuse me. Oh, visitors, and quite esteemed ones at that. What may I do for you? Pray forgive the intrusion, Scholark, but we were hoping you might help us secure permission to enter Numenon's restricted archives. Oh. I've heard yeah. I applaud this newfound sense of propriety, yet in all this wide world of comparative serenity, what compels you to disturb a vault of Fascinating. I had no idea such a technique existed. I would have been surprised if you had. If my assumption is correct, research left behind by House Demir has lain dormant in Shining archives for many centuries. And if you want to unearth this research, what then? Surely you don't intend to cross over into the void. That is, in fact, precisely what we intend. To what end, pray tell? To develop a method of traversing the rift for one, that I might keep my word to a distant friend. Sentiment aside, I have journeyed to the end of existence. I have heard, felt, and thought endlessly about the truth of our world and the echo of its future. Yet I want to understand everything, to unravel it all down to its very last secret. What scholar worthy of the name wouldn't force open a void gate or two if a grand revelation was the promised reward? Ha! Marvelous! An audacious proposal worthy of Master Matoya herself. And I just... sent your request for the forum's consideration. Although your petition will be better received if you had the support of a well-placed acquaintance. That means we're gonna have to speak to Fortuno. He hardly nor learn his request from his dear children's most treasured comrades. I was hesitant to approach him directly, but there is no denying that having Master Fortuno on our side will tip the balance in our favour. Very well. We will pay a visit to the Levier estate and plead our case. Just wonder how crowded the Levier estate is going to be, with people trying to glam Emilians into the Tubi outfit, or whatever scantily clad thing that they decide to put her in. Oh, man's curiosity. Yep. Okay, and speak to the House Levy butler while your stoner is accompanying you. Don't think it matters which door we use. Actually, we need to head here. Nope, we need to go down. Okay. Yeah, so I'm not summoning out Twerko-matic because, well, I actually don't have any need for the Carbuncle because I'm not going to be doing any combat-related stuff. And Journey's End. Yeah, 'cause I think one thing we're going to need to do is... Hang on. Yep, they have opened the doors. And there aren't that many people in there anyway. What be of service? You've come to speak to Master Fortuno. Is he home by any chance? Yes, the Master written residence I shall inform him that he has guests. Well, Amelians would invite you inside for tea, but I assume this is not a social visit. You have some matter of import to discuss? And pray proceed, you have my full attention. Well, I suppose I should praise you for following the proper protocols this time around. It's just much the same sentiment, I assure you. Will not attempt to circumvent the Foreman's authority again unless it is absolutely necessary, of course. Of course. You do understand that the restricted archives are restricted for good reason, yes? No pressing need exists, then why risk the consequences for employing this forbidden knowledge? For a brotherly with his sister. She was his guardian and his friend, a selfless hero who crossed the rift between worlds to save her homeland from horror and suffering. But the brother is given up on thoughts of reunion. He spends his efforts elsewhere, watching over a people yet healing from the flames of the final days, loyal to his duty while betraying the longing in his heart. It is no vital mission, perhaps, reuniting these siblings, but it feels a worthy cause to pursue all the same. As one who feared losing his own loved ones and spent years in research to prevent it, surely you appreciate how painful such a separation must be. Reflections are still very much a mystery to us. Offering to share your experiences at the first should constitute a fair exchange for our cooperation. Do not celebrate just yet, the forum must still be convened. I will add your request to the list of today's deliberations and deliver the decision to you in the Baldessian Annex. Alright. I think I can just go down from here. Oh, no, we can... Oh, to do this a bit quicker, we can actually just come... up here, but instead of going up towards the forum, you can go down towards the Euphorite Plaza. There's one other thing I actually need to check. I need to actually look at the cutscene status for all of the Endwalker quests. I need to figure out what's missing and what I need to do to there we go. I'm not actually going to do that now because so what did the forum decide? To put it bluntly, Master Matoya has burned some bridges here in Charlian and salted the earth for good measure. When it became clear that a student was the petitioner in question, well, no few members voiced their discontent. Then the chamber was reminded, in no uncertain terms I might add, of the incredible debt we owe to you and your companions. That served to silence the grumbles and stiffen a few spines, and it was agreed that allowing you entry to the archives is the least we could do in return. Yes, well, as I'm sure you're aware, this permission was not extended lightly. Forbidden knowledge is to be treated with the utmost caution, and there will be repercussions if it is not. Wish you well in your endeavour and bid you good day. Over the same, that one. Uncompromising eye, but that very stoicism is exactly what Charlian needs to guide it through not one, but yeah. I really need to actually right. Restricted reading. Alright. Yeah, so I can't really, and we're about an hour in. If we can actually complete this, I think we still got a quest or two left to go. Remember which way I need. Oh yeah, I need to actually head up here, then turn left. Now turn left. Are you still hiding behind that tree, Puddin' Way? Discuss Numenon. To think the set of instructions I laughingly imagine may actually exist, but yards away from where you found me napping. If I had known of Aldadal the first exploit sooner, I could well have saved myself days of research. Even a children's book might have pointed me in the right direction. To achieve the impossible, one must needs be flexible of mind and look beyond conventional wisdom. A lesson I had already learned, but clearly not taken to heart. Yeah, we got reference page. And we have index page. Alright.
If House Damia's notes are to be found anywhere, it will be here. Let us begin.
Alright. Yeah, so we have leather-bound log, weighty tome, and an untitled journal. So, well, not my own, I met the most beautiful void-born creature. She was so unlike her ravenous brethren, eyes blazing not with hunger but trembling like a candle's flame, threatening to flicker out at any moment. I wonder if she is even the proper word. Such a thing would seem inconsequential, insignificant even. All that matters is the love I feel for this exquisite, transcendent being. Yeah, I have to wonder why that ended up in the restricted section. Weighty tome. In the year 1564, in the Sixth Astral Era, the Amalja suffered Ifrit, their patron god. Accounts describe the being as a gigantic, lizard-like being with a potent command of fire-respected magics. If you consider that primal summoning is an act fueled by faith and prayer, it is unsurprising and unexpected that the resulting deiform entity should manifest the appearance and powers with which it is attributed by its worshippers. What then might emerge from the ether should one who believes in an almighty omnipotence attempt the same ritual? Would the scholar himself grant us through his presence some other embodiment of his divine sentient? Yet, could this man-made god truly be all-knowing, and if it were, whence would such knowledge arise? I myself have many questions concerning the nature of the ancient world. With no spell to transport me back to the days of old, could I instead summon a being possessed with encyclopedic wisdom of every age, yet with no means to verify its pronouncements? How could one be certain they were true? Yeah. That is definitely something that should be left in the restricted section, and now the leather-bound log. The following page is detailed an advanced method of manipulating rift-spanning apertures as defined by Nahashahan, the ninth patriarch of House Demir. Present these research notes to the faculty of Charlian Studium as both a token of our friendship and expression of our boundless admiration. You appear to have located the forbidden volume you seek. Your Shadolo will need to make the final confirmation. Bonsai! Or Banzai, or whatever. Have you something you'd like to show me? Do you? Oh, apologies, I flipped open, but a single book and was completely absorbed by the contents. Yeah, just don't look at the smut at the back. Thank you, I may have found our prize. I'm gonna have to check my chair. I have a feeling it. No, it hasn't.
Yes, the ether signature is unmistakable. I've felt the traces of House Damia's resonance many times at the Great Work. Time to see what all the fuss was about. Among the ranks of the Voidsent, there exist entities with the power to call forth their brethren from beyond. The species known as Atomos, however, is uniquely prodigious in this regard. From its distended maw, it can expel an endless procession of void-born creatures, a talent which sorely tested the Radiant host in its battles against these abominations. Surmising that the entity itself was acting as a void gate, we endeavored to capture a small specimen and subsequently examine its physiological structure. Our findings revealed that the Atomos had absorbed a planar fissure into its own flesh, which it could expand at will into a functioning gate. Upon further analysis, we identified an ethereal wave pattern emitted during this process. A pattern we were able to emulate by passing crystal-stored ether through a specially designed prism. We proceeded to embed said prism into an arcane simulacrum, thus completing what we have dubbed our artificial Atomos. How could I have been so blind to the possibilities? This species, not to mention its ability to summon Voidsent, has been discussed among academics for years now. Just before the advent of the 7th Umbral Calamity, we received reports of Atomos sightings from every corner of Eorzea. Surely you've at least heard the tales. And still, House Daemir went and built a mock Atomos of their very own. I'm not surprised the Archons consigned their work to a restricted archive. It was no easy task, but at last we've unearthed the volume we've been searching for. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't tempted to stay longer. See what other forbidden titles might be lurking on these shelves?
You really don't.
But that would be abusing the very special privilege we've been granted now, wouldn't it? Better not.
Right. I'll start growing, training this far outside my field of expertise. Fortunately, we know a Hannish alchemist who'd be delighted to involve herself in our House Daemir project. Our business here is completed for the moment. Please pass our regards to the forum. I'll be here for security mode engaged. I say we return to Fafnir and look for great work. Okay. Yeah, and I'm not going to be using the yeah, let's just teleport there. Spongy McWipey. Sure tells me you are pursuing a most fascinating study, but you'll need to be a part of it. I have no doubt you'll be interested. This research log should speak for itself. Will it now? find her sisters, Sister Margaret House Daemir. I never even knew such a work existed. You should. It was sequestered in Numenon's restricted archives, after all. It was? That means every word within is forbidden knowledge. A forbidden tome filled with forbidden research, and you put it right into my unsuspecting hand. I can hardly wait to read it! To think the Daemir was developing such marvelous techniques so long ago. How many innovators have been lost over the centuries, I wonder? How do you glance over the notes? Let's say you'd helping us building a new Mos Atomos. I say yes, 1,000 times yes. Work on a Daemir project that has even the redoubtable scholars of Charlian trembling in their sandals. No alchemist of the great work could resist. You're a woman after my own heart. What do you need to do with this big mouse simulacrum once we built it? So, there's a secret void gate sealed in the ruins at the bottom of the bounty. Today is a day of revelations indeed. The purpose of our man-made Atomos is to expand its hidden portal, but I will need to see it for myself. I think manipulating rift-spanning apertures is not the sort of thing you want to attempt without first taking into account every single factor. And by all means, accompany us to the vault. I plan to lead us back there shortly. Once we finish gathering the components I require. Charlian's markets provided the raw aquamarine and pure water crystals. I might need help obtaining a small quantity of ethereally infused water. At the pool, I will petition Vitra to join us. The idea I have in mind won't amount to much without his authority to command of. Okay. Tell me about it then, we'll meet back here anon. Okay, yeah. We have to head to the Fonta Maya. Mount up. Oh, that should be high enough to clear the ridge, and then we can descend down to the Fonta Maya, which is right over here. So I think we need to head down to the far end. I think I'll quickly Oh. Oh. Hang on. Time's a charm. Oh. Yeah, because there's a lot of these. Yeah, because these devout pilgrims. It is actually a fate line that ends up here with a very heady boss fight. And zoom in and back to the great work. Alright. Yes, this should survive. Void Fury! Sinian seemed in need of diversion, and we in turn have need of his wand. I'll finally tell me, let's make our way to the ruins. We would have need of Matsia's vote again. Not this time. Once we show the reforming of our destination, I arrange for a bet to be made ready at Yali. And I think we are here and land and we're done. Veteran Radiant. Ship is yours to command. All aboard for the treasure vault.
The ruins alone were impressive enough, but I never dreamed such a treasure lay hidden in the depths of the bounty. It may have been helpful to know this device existed, Your Excellency.
My apologies. The gate was a secret I shared with none but my closest advisors. I feared for what might happen should those with ill intentions learn of its existence.
What is it you're doing now?
There's something I wish to verify. The NOAA reports claim that a short stint into the void carries little risk of etheric imbalance. Should one suffer an injury, however, or if one's expedition drags on longer than intended, that risk becomes significantly greater. Graha theorized that a warding scale would confer protection from the void's corrupting influence, but I would prefer to test that hypothesis before we set foot in the 13th ourselves.
So, this is an experiment of sorts.
Yes, an experiment. Tell me, how would you go about testing the efficacy of the warding scale?
Maybe send the familiar?
Very good. I see you've been paying attention.
Here, I could
As
have
Vitra
looked
sent
at
his simulacrum, so too shall we
heard
rely on a
of the
familiar to bear the
Justinian.
brunt of any unpleasant consequences. Now, a lowly imp can navigate a fissure, no matter how narrow. Which means an arcane entity of similar stature should be able to manage the same. I hadn't wanted it to come to this, but no other familiars will do, I'm afraid.
Yep, your star's about to go magical girl on us.
I mislike the sound of that. What manner of fiend does she mean to summon?
Relax, Justinian.
From ocean rise and cloudbank form, from mountain spring and rainfall storm, from river flow and life be born.
Water, water, froth and foam!
Ready your arms. I fear she's been possessed.
Oh, come now. That was adorable.
Water, water, froth and foam! Time to play!
Though not my first choice, these familiars I conceived of as a child have the best chance of fitting through the gate. I only wish my younger self had considered a more dignified ending to the creation ritual. In any case, these two should serve as well. This one will bear a warding scale. And when they return from the 13th, we can observe how the talisman, or absence thereof, has affected the progress of the Void's corruption. If I could impose upon you to open the gate, Your Excellency?
Ah, yes, of course.
We should also be wary of void scent slipping through while we conduct our experiment. Estinian, you are to keep Nidana safe from harm.
As you say.
You had best be on your guard as well. And we are glad for it. Let us begin, shall we? Nixies, into the void.
Water, water, froth and foam! Into shiny realms we go!
Oh! Every time I come here, it reminds me of that dark portal above the Crystal Tower. The final lash of Ashdire's tail as she plunged into the void. Please wait for time to ensure a meaningful result. Be patient and keep watch for any intruders. I struggle to picture Yashoda as a little girl. Easier to believe that she sprang fully formed from one of Martin Toy's cauldrons. Seriously, Estinian. Just to say, I'll never see Yashoda the same way again. Froth and foam indeed. Let's be careful, Nidana, or she'll send you into the void along with the Nixies.
I think we've waited long enough. Nixies, return to my side. Thank you, little one. You did well.
The poor thing. Its essence has been irrevocably warped.
I think we need to,
We're out of time. I must reseal the void gate.
They're coming through!
In the name of Alzadal III, I bar this door unto the void.
oh,
Well, that was a sharp lesson in the dangers of void gates.
And what of our experiment? I'd say the results speak for themselves.
The unprotected Nixie has suffered extensive etheric corruption. As Nidana observed, it's well on its way to becoming a void scent. The one merged with the talisman, however, appears unaffected. I sense no changes to its equilibrium. Rest now, little ones.
Graha's theory was correct then.
So it would seem. But while our second familiar was untouched by void energies, the talisman itself shows signs of degradation. It was, of course, originally designed to shield the soul from primal tempering. It stands to reason that etheric corruption of a different sort would affect it differently. We may need to modify the warding scale's design to account for the 13th's uniquely unstable ether.
You've said much of the Void's instability, but my imagination fails me. What manner of place is this broken world?
My apologies. I forget that not all of us spend our days sequestered in dusty archives. The 13th is a reflection of the source that was drowned in a flood of darkness. In Emmett Selk's own words, this tragedy was a result of the Ascians' attempts to force a rejoining. They erred in their haste and made of that world a useless void. And what of your own experience? Will you tell us of what you observed during Noah's expedition? I can picture it now. The sunless, Stygian expanse, infested with legions of ether-starved monstrosities. A void in every sense of the word.
What you have described in such lurid detail is exactly why I hesitate to encourage you.
Worry not, great Vritra. Our journey into the 13th is but the first leg of a longer voyage. A voyage that shall lead us to other reflections, to new mysteries and discoveries. And I mean to be there every step of the way. First, I must focus on refining the warding talisman.
Then I can begin work on constructing an artificial Atomos. Or I could if I had the relevant manuals to hand. Might I be so bold as to request access to the Satrap's family archives? Your Excellency?
Oh, yes. That can be arranged. I will speak to my officials upon our return.
We will see you back in the city then.
There we go. The Satrap's duty, and I think this is the final quest. Replicating the rock Atomos. The door into the 13th will be asked to open. I realise it's more my endeavour than yours. Why does everyone insist on being so secretive? I at least have good reason for not wanting to explain my Nixie ritual. Shall we proceed with our other preparations then? As we saw, the warning scale can be effective in protecting the bearer from other sources of etheric corruption. Nonetheless, the talisman's durability will need to be improved if it is to withstand the void's influence for a prolonged length of time. And I think that's probably you can address without involving the brilliant but busy alchemist who created it. Who do you know who excels at this kind of structural augmentation? The Garland Iron Works? An excellent suggestion. Historical, Sin himself is no stranger to the void and its volatile energies. With his experience hand at the helm, I have every confidence that the Ironworks can strengthen the warding scale. Right, is it going to auto-load us back to... Oh, yeah, it auto-teleports us to Rauga's Reach. Yeah, because I think the only ones I have here is the training thing over here and the boredom that is Eureka. Changes to the Ironworks. We have a commission for you and your person, actually, assuming he's available. Ah, Sid, certainly. I'll see if he has a moment free. Pleasure of always. Here, you have a job for us. Heading into the void to find a lost dragon? That sounds almost pedestrian compared to your last adventure. Honestly, I don't know if I could say anything that would surprise you after Meteor and that bloody mess. Alright, let's take a look at that talisman of yours. You said there were signs of degradation. Seen some manner of corrosion that's setting around and a scratch on its surface. Much of the void's corruption seeps into Nero through his wounds, in which case our best bet may be to simply prevent the scale from being damaged in the first place. How might we achieve that? You have a coating agent for strengthening trinkets and the like. So I'd be wary of applying any compound which might upset the scale's delicate alchemical balance. Far safer to construct a protective casing, one utilising metal alloys of high ethereal conductivity, so as not to impede the talisman's primary function. A suit of armour, as you said. Nero's compiled data on the 13th, so I'll have him pitch in with the design just to be sure. If only it weren't such an ordeal to convince him to follow our safety protocols, I swear. I've never had such a reckless employee. In any case, we may need some time to untangle the particulars. Understandable, we know how busy your schedule is, and the final result will doubtless be worth the wait. Ha! Our part will be ducking Jesse in a constant barrage of demands, whilst we sneak around doing the fun stuff. We'll see what we can do. I think we leave the rest in Sid's capable hands. Let's return to the great work and see how Nila is getting on with the Mokasmos. At least bloody teleport me there! Seriously! At least it's not gonna cost me much. Considering how close we are. Because we're actually closer to Fafnir from Girapanya than we are from the east. Yeah, from Kugane and from Doma. Alright.
Ah, hey Stola. The adjustments are going well, I hope?
'Tis a lengthy process, but the end is in sight, yes.
That's wonderful news. I myself had some good fortune searching through the Satrap's private records. What I found was a transaction log dated around the same period as when Al-Zadal's legacy was built. It included a purchase list of highly exclusive alchemical components, and I knew I'd discovered the key to making the artificial atomos. I then visited the High Crucible to commission the materials. After I'd explained my requirements, I was beset by volunteers insisting I allow them to help with the entire project.
The usual reaction to someone forcing open a void gate is to run for the hills. Harnish academics certainly are a different breed.
The alchemists of old were cut from a similar cloth. The unknown held no fear for them. Indeed, they were ever eager to seek new knowledge, regardless of the danger.
And were you not also fearless? Heedless even, in your determination?
My sire entered his dormancy before I was hatched. And so it was Ashdaya who kept my eggs safe and warm. It created a bond between us. Even long after I learned to fend for myself, I rarely strayed from her side. She was my guardian, my sister, my dear companion. And not a single day passes that I do not mourn her absence. No matter how deep the darkness, I would not surrender my search. I promised myself the time would come when we would once more take to the skies together. But I am satrap now.
The Radiant Host is here to serve, Your Excellency.
Nabdeen, what is this about?
Celestinian told us of your predicament. For centuries you have protected Rads at Han, never showing your true self, hiding behind a curtain and living only in service to the people. Your dedication meant more to us than your deceit, and so did we accept you as our rightful ruler. After all that you have sacrificed for this nation, did you imagine we would begrudge you your heart's desire? We survived the final days. We are a strong and proud people. We, the Radiant Host, will keep Thavnair safe in your absence.
I am grateful for your loyalty and for your encouragement. And yet,
Now you listen to me, Varshan. You are wearing that face, after all. As I have told you before, you are a little brother to us all. And if you are family, then so too is your sister. We are there for you if you need us. But do not ask us to sit by and watch while you abandon a sibling you have ached to rescue for millennia.
We will succeed in opening the way. It is only a matter of time. All you need do is prepare to step through to the other side.
Your Excellency, I wanted to thank you for building the orphanage. It means so much that my sister and I will have a place to be together, safe and happy. And I hope that you and your sister can be together again too.
Fit them well, you must take heart.
take heart and protect them well. Such were the words I once said to you, and here I stand, failing to live up to them. If my heart is torn, I am fit to protect neither Ajdaya nor Radzatan. My people, I have come to a decision. Vashan will depart Thavnair for a time. My dragon self will remain in the palace, but only to conduct the satrap's most essential duties. While I am focused on controlling this vessel, there may be matters that escape my attention. I rely on you, my trusted friends, to watch over one another until I return.
Take care and fair fortune, little brother. Many tears would be shed should you come to harm.
I would not dare make you cry.
Yeah. Pardon me, Astidian, for a lone wolf, you've shown an unusual degree of, shall we say, involvement in helping reach this conclusion. But for the greater good, the worm's thundering sighs were keeping his citizens awake at night. Their travelers believing the place wrecked by some unnatural storm. What of your own answer then? You seem disinclined to venture into the void. When I was one with Nidhogg, his vengeful thoughts were my thoughts, his endless rage my rage. And the soul-chilling grief he nursed for Ratatoska's death. I will not wish such agony upon a foe, let alone a friend and ally. If there is a chance we can spare Reacher the pain, then I will follow you. An unusual crew we have here. Indeed, a perfect for our purpose, I should think. Rather not bothered the science with all less than a dire threat to the star. Now, on to specifics. Unlike the first, when a flood of light was held before its devastation was complete, the 13th has been utterly subsumed by darkness. My plan, as such, is to explore the void in stages, withdrawing to safety after each brief foray. It would be more convenient had we some matter of base camp nearer to the gate itself. One of the palace chambers could serve. Come, let us reconvene outside Megaduta. Right. Speak with Varshan outside Megaduta. Alright. Trackable porter, Ratatan. No, it's still going to be cheaper than just teleporting. I could have just used. I could just use the mount, but. And we're just crossing the bridge to enter Ratatan. There we go. So all we need to do is to get up here and Ethernet over to the Megaduta. There we go, Megaduta. I need to actually have a look here. Yeah, because we have two, Storm Clouds Brewing and Shrouded in Peril. Yeah, because one of them is tank and the other is melee DPS. Alright, I think this is the final cutscene. To require suitable accommodations, might we make something available for our guests? Other chambers are presently hosting the great mounds of treasure we carried out of the vault. Once Foundation's activities begin in earnest, however, we can redistribute the trove and make a room or two ready for habitation. But please inform me when you've completed the arrangements. We'll have you settled in Megaduta in due time. Most gracious, Your Excellency. Risk yourself to aid me in my search for Raj Dyer. Find a comfortable course is the least I can do. I only wish we knew more about our destination. The gods only know how long our explorations might possibly take, what our chances of success might possibly be. Succeed or fail, or I'm grateful for you for convincing me to make the attempt. On that note, I will return to the great work and learn what help I can to Nidhana. Give you preparations to make ere we venture into the 13th. Now is the time. All I need is my armor and my lance. Perhaps I'll train with the Radiant Host to pass the time before we depart. You know what this means? Purpose need not consume you as well. We're headed to another world. Find what joy you can in the experience, for you are a traveler, an adventurer at heart. This I know. And a satrap's duty. And final cutscene. Meanwhile, in the 13th.
Thus I am returned. To this world, bereft of saviors.
Yep, and that, unless people have forgotten, was Xenos' Reaper avatar. Let paths unwalked, adventures spur, pulses quicken, spirits stir. And that should be it. You found adventure! Right, so let's switch over to Scholar. Alright, so we need to head back to old Charlian. I'm gonna see if we can quickly get through at least the initial part. Well, at least actually clear the 24 man. Right, Ethernet, Valdestin Annex. Right, fresh-faced student. Fresh-faced student face lights up at the sight of you. Oh, welcome back. Are you perchance here to see Kral? I'm given to understand she has a task for which she desires your assistance. Now I shall fetch her at once. Pray wait a moment. Oh, thanks for coming. If you're If you're now available, I'd like you and Raha to assist me in the task I had mentioned. As soon as task expression is somewhat more exciting than sorting through paperwork, which I am pleased to add, I have finished. I ventured into the bounty only served to whet my appetite for field work. Not to oversell things, but I suspect you won't be disappointed. Ere I divulge the details, however, permit me to provide some background. As you know, our organization, the Students of Our Destiny, is founded by my grandfather, Galoof. Our stated mission was to uncover the mysteries of Heidelin and interpret her will, particularly through the study of her gift to us. We've since learned the whole truth, and it might be said that we've fulfilled our mission, but our work is far from over. In the course of our endeavours, we also sought to devise countermeasures against threats that come to light. Our involvement with the Crystal Tower is an example of such. It is my belief that in continuing to seek out the unknown and dealing with threats, we best carry out the students' mission. We best honour those we lost when the Isle of Val was destroyed. Forgive me, I did not mean to darken the mood. In saying all this, I simply wanted to clarify our organization's purpose for a new age. In line with said purpose, I have been reviewing new requests, and one in particular jumped out at me. It comes from none other than Rambores. Truly, has something happened in Mordona then? So it would seem, and he wishes to entrust the matter to us. While his missive is sparse on details, he writes that it lies beyond the Sun's expertise, uncharted territory are the exact words he used. I'd like you to meet with Rambores and conduct a preliminary survey. When you're ready, pray make way to Revenant's Toll. I shall let Rambores know to receive you there. Let's remain here to oversee our operations, but should it transpire that more hands are needed, don't hesitate to send word. Alright. Right. I've had enough of constantly scrolling through teleport lists. Right, let's see if we can actually get through this and destination. It would seem we are early. Oh, apologies for the wait. Alright, so pleasure to see you again. How have you been? Pleasure is all mine, my friend. I have been well, and it gladdens me to see that you are too. Now, I know you have many demands upon your time, so I shall explain the particulars of our request at once. Recently, an explorer came to us who claimed to have discovered the Phantom Realm. Phantom Realm? So this is what you mean by uncharted territory? You're not familiar, perhaps unsurprising, given that it is a lesser-known legend. The legend holds that across the years there exists a realm that appears as a mirage. Though visible from a distance, it fades away as one draws near. When it is featured in myths since ancient times, the realm's existence could not be proven, and thus it is seldom mentioned in literature. In spite of this, fueled by rumours of the occasional sightings, the myth has persisted and continued to capture the hearts and minds of explorers. That you yourself should reach. The first explorer in question approached us, we doubted, but we couldn't doubt that the evidence of our senses. Nay, the realm is real, as you will soon see for yourselves. Good gods, part of me still struggles to believe it, but we have no reason to doubt you. Suffice it to say, we are eager to see the realm too. Whatever truth awaits, I pray you will succeed in finding it. Seek out the explorer. On Derek, he has seen more of the realm than us and should be willing to... but he prefers to continue exploring on his own. He will be somewhere near the banks of Silvertear Lake, I expect. Let's split up and look for our explorer. Right, mount? Point of interest. I don't think he's over here. I think it's actually... Oh, it doesn't appear to be in this area. Point of interest. Hang on. Baby Oppo Oppo. You see a small Oppo Oppo. It couldn't possibly be the explorer, or could it? Just in case you're entertaining the thought that Oppo Oppo isn't our explorer, I had the man in question here with me. Derek, the one who discovered the Phantom Realm. My apologies for making you search for me. Curious about this creature, are you? I found him injured during one of my journeys and tended him. Since then, he has taken to following me around. He's inquisitive, but otherwise harmless, so pray pay him no mind. You're the hero who delivered our star from doom, are you not? Oh, good fortune that one as capable as you should lend her aid. To be clear, our organisation has yet to accept the commission. Before we can make a decision, we will conduct a preliminary survey. Will you guide us to the Phantom Realm? Of course, I will show you to the entrance at once. The gate to a realm long dreamed of by explorers. What are you? Impressive, isn't it? When the gate manifested, so too did this magic, allowing one to just walk upon water. Urianger will be most pleased. Yep, it's just like Urianger's spell. Although without the need to concentrate a great deal, someone conceded the need to do this as well? An intriguing individual. I'm gonna try and straighten this. And I've... on. There. And it just... Yeah, I think I'm gonna end up junking this desk. It's already starting to fall to pieces. About 12. You truly can walk here. What magic is this? Well, what means is it perpetrated? Perpetrated. Anyway, let's continue on. Oh, light. It is the Phantom Realm. You're for loss. I think that the entrance would lie over Silvertear Lake. There's nothing out of the ordinary with the environment. Sights, sounds, and smells all appear as they should be in nature. I'd say this place is no illusion. I bid you welcome to the navel of the Phantom Realm, Phalos. Alright. Phalos. Name of my own conception, I confess. I felt we needed something to call it by. Lest you wonder, the word means navel in ancient tongue, and is allusion to Mordona's location in the heart of Elenard. As you see, there are man-made structures, and the place appears well kept. Yet there isn't a single soul in evidence. It's my hope that you will help me shed light upon this realm to learn who created it and to what end. Also like to know why it has revealed itself now. Was it simply chance that it kept hidden, or something more? In any case, let's begin by taking a look around. Thank you. stone monument is erected here, by whose hand you cannot say, but the motifs wrought around its base appear familiar. Yeah, I believe we can go here. And, there it is! That's Limlayan. Okay, where are the other two? Alright, one over here. Oh, the other is actually out here. Yeah, because look at that over there. It's actually the Crystal Tower. In the distance, you see what appears to be the Crystal Tower. Though the clouds make it difficult to be sure, it would seem that you're in the sky above Silvertear Lake. No such isle could be seen from the outside, however. Right, hang on. I actually forgot I had that. A number of structures, such as this, can be seen in the area. What purpose can they possibly serve? Architecture is unlike anything seen in the order. Truly exquisite stuff. Alright. It's a truly a mysterious place. Even as far as rising beyond the clouds, that is most certainly the Crystal Tower. And judging by the aspect, we are a considerable distance above Silvertear Lake, which suggests the gates to be entered to the teleporter. Yeah, and I've already skipped through that and ruined all that. This place isn't that way to put it. Was there aught else you noticed? Aye, the motifs upon yonder structure. They are unmistakably the marks of the 12. By which I persist that this was created as a place of worship. But by whom, I cannot think of any who would have possibly built such a grand premise. Never mind magically conceal it. At least not in the wake of the Battle of Silvertear skies. Aye, this is a mysterious place indeed. Realm of the Gods. I believe this should unlock the 24 man. Seems to have one solution for our ignorance. A thorough investigation. This will require more manpower and supplies, among other things. With your permission, we will confer with our representative Kral and make the necessary arrangements for a formal investigation. If that is what needs to be done to commence your work, by all means. Hold, mortals. profane the sacred realm with your very presence and must answer for your irreverence. And Baragon, the builder. There you go. Then, the 12 are real? Let there be no doubt. We are no simulacra broad mortal faith. Nay, we 12 are divinities true. And in Heidel's absence, we are the star's rightful rulers. Its will. Closely have we watched mankind, and we have determined that you, champion of Heidel, pose a threat to our ascension. You are foolish to wander into our realm. We can destroy you with ease here and now. As divinities, we must demonstrate grace and forbearance. There is but one path. We must weigh this mortal's worth. Here, here, let there be a trial. While the mortal would irreverently be destroyed, it would at least provide us with a diversion. What? You suddenly appear and expect us to simply comply with your whims? Protest if you wish, but mortal logic means naught to gods. You will abide by our laws. Oh, the gateway to our sanctum lies open. Show us the strength of mankind. Well, as you wish, Ralga. Ask for your own destiny, then assemble your comrades and come. Come and prove your worthiness. Yep. Okay. Ugh. Seven Hills, during my previous forays, nothing like this ever happened. I encountered not a single soul, and certainly not gods. And by their own ambition, they mean to take over the star. What are we to do? The situation indeed taken an unexpected turn, but we must try to think clearly. 12 have long been revered and worshipped in Eorzea, and myths about them abound. And I'll just skip that. Those beings so suddenly revealed themselves just when we were here. Can't claim supremacy over the star and challenge. It feels odd and it gives me pause. Seems we can't dismiss the threat either. Whatever they are, if they're issuing challenge, then challenge accepted. Dependable as ever, my friend. In any event, if these beings seek domination over the star as they say, what happens here may have far-reaching implications. To that end, I believe we should take action. Suffice it to say, you're... As soon as Albaldician will officially tend to the situation. Aye, in the course of studying the star's mysteries, we have undertaken to deal with any threats that may arise. This is no different. Please end this cutscene so as I can actually unlock Aglia. Right, let's liberate course these people. Their domains in the Phantom Realm line beyond the UK have explored them all. Perhaps due to a etheric instability, there are times where one can enter when normally one cannot. But seeing the way has been opened for us. While I encountered no gods during my previous forays, I saw enough to know my way around. I am but a humble explorer and cannot contend with gods. If you would be willing to protect me, I will serve as your guide. Oh, your comrade is very good. Stronger than I know you are, we know little and less about our foes, neither their strength nor their true nature. It would be reckless to contend with them unprepared. And so, as much as I would like to accompany you, I shall do what affords us best. If you set forth to answer the God's challenge, I will work behind the scenes in my capacity as a student. For one, I would behoove us to arm ourselves with knowledge about the 12, and I shall begin by apprising Kral of the situation. And thus utilising our resources to the fullest, we shall overcome whatever trials await. Aglia. Now available. Right. Good. We can actually I'm gonna quickly do a quick nosy. Oh, right. Just stick you back here and let's queue and hope we aren't waiting too long. Because if we actually go past 8 o'clock without getting a queue pop, then this is gonna have to be postponed until next week. Oh, that's impressive. We're only missing 3 DPS, which is nice. There's also, I can actually start, Well, it says average wait 5 minutes. Right, one more to get, and we're done. Let's just hope one of the... Okay, I think we got an AF... No, we don't have an AFK tank. Just waiting for the deeps to confirm. And we are away. Right. Yep, and that giant statue of Ralga. And I believe we are Alliance A. So there isn't much for that. Could have been fucked straight from Legend.
So, you are resolved to face me.
Right.
Come, children of man. Bend the knee. Tremble before my divinity.
Right, so, here...
Behold the virtuosity of the builder.
Right, let's just get, you going. And now we have to be careful.
To me, O Hammer Divine.
Right, we are safe here. Now, let's just do... we're safe here.
Searing light!
Alright, that's expedient. Right, let's just do you.
It's too late to beg mercy.
Right.
Bend the knee. To me, no hammer divine.
Right. Right, where's he gonna drop his hammer this time? Right, so here is safe or even in the middle. Right. Oh. There we go, and number one is done. Pantheon Starlets of Maiming, Pantheon Circlet of Maiming. No good. And we can't actually,
The Builder has been made to yield. Intriguing. Then the Destroyer shall take your measure.
oh, it looks like we've actually lost some, we lost the
Provide
GPS.
my servant with some sport.
Oh. Yeah, we've lost our LB because which way is it gonna go? Yep, this is safe. Oh. I think I'm just gonna break out the rough for this crap one. Alright. Good. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to wait for our
Ahead stands a statue I have fashioned for our contest.
it seems your outgrow awaits us above. Yeah.
Show me the strength of mankind. Upon the ground you shall crawl. My authority is the destroyer.
Okay, wait.
Body and soul.
On this side. Goodbye.
Wandering star, descend and destroy. Keep reverence distant.
This one. Right. Their alliance BNC are not having a good day. Yes, I would actually suggest a that's different. Okay. Oh, look, it's oh, I made it in time.
Bask in my blinding resplendence. Okay. Yep, there we go. Oh! Ow! No, no! And someone else pulled in as well. Probably the red maid. Over here. Well, wait, let's quickly summon my Adlo. This side? Yes, it is this side. Oh. Oh, that was close. Here. Most impressive. Children of man.
Come, mortal.
So, dismiss.
Enter my realm.
Offline.
If you dare.
Oh, for God's sakes! Scouting, maiming, absolutely no use. Alright, 1 and 2. We'll have to wait at least 2 minutes before we can actually dismiss.
You will be scoured by the light of the sun. In fire woven. In your wake leave naught uncleansed.
Right, this one we don't have to worry too much about anything else moving. Oh dear God, a tank! No! No! Ah! Right, now you have to be
Is it
careful.
just a mirage? Or something more?
Right, they're all hunting out.
Explosive finish!
Right, now we have to... What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. quickly burn out the regen. Oh, need to freaking stop doing that. It's 9, not 6.
Let there be fire.
Right, where are they going to be?
Raging flames dance upon the wind.
Okay, now here.
None can escape this burden.
Right, so right turn, right turn.
This will burn.
Right.
A gift of flame for our children. Explosive finish.
Right, and what is it this time? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep.
I quite warmed to you.
Well, like that. Even after giving expedience, we still had one miss.
Leave naught
Oh.
uncleansed.
Is it just a mirage? Or something more?
Let's do Laszlo.
Let there be fire.
Yep, this is it.
Raging flames dance upon the wind. This will burn.
could probably help around about now. Oh! Holy... Hey, googly moogly, it's all gone to shit, Kupo! Hang on, let's help trying to get this slot.
Shall the fires burn?
Yep, and we can't, maiming, casting. I'm not gonna grieve for anything yet. Since I'm gonna get the healing set sorted first.
I am Null, keeper of the realm of the living.
I am Thor, keeper of the realm of the dead. Prepare to be judged, children of man.
Well, here's something. At least we actually, Oh, incorrect username. Well. One and
Witness to our might.
oh yeah, in. Someone at least managed to get that, Oh, great. And where are they walking? Where are they walking? One. No! Oh! Ugh. I'm just gonna transcendence my way through this. While I actually come and summon my fairy again.
The flames of the abyss consume all.
Now gotta avoid false balls, whatever. Screw this! Ah! What the? Oh, fuck! I really need to lock this into the bloody window. Yep, and once again I'm just gonna transcend my way through this. Fairy summoned again. Right, so knockback. AoE.
We have only just begun.
Right, so AoE is center. Knockback far end. So we need to be aimed over here. I want to get myself score.
Still you defy our divine authority. Very well. Let us proceed to your judgment. We, the traders, shall weigh your soul.
Okay, where are we? Over here. Oh, no, 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 no.
Preserve the balance if you can.
Right, they're all on this side, so a large chunk of us need to be over here. Nice, nice, nice.
The moment of judgment is come.
Right.
Well done. You are deserving of reward.
Show of esteem, we shall bring our all respect.
Oh, no, no, no. All over here. Thank you very much. Oh, crap. And
Tenacity is a sight to behold.
oh, great. Yo, that's right. It was the laser. I'm gonna have to sucker here because know what? Screw it. Let's bring out Seraph for the final part.
Vim and vigor.
AoE. Knocked back. AoE, so we need to be knocked back here, but I'm gonna say screw that. Yay. 3%. And done. Achievement unlocked, divine intervention.
You have been found worthy.
Aglia complete. Alright, I'm gonna have to commend the other healer. Scouting, no. Casting, no. And nothing in the kit. No! Score 1 for me. 3. 96 radiant. Oh, that was that was interesting. As soon as I heard the tidings from Ra, is it true beings claiming to be the 12th have appeared? Yeah, we had to go kick their asses. You defeated them all? Incredible! I had no doubt that you would succeed, but I'm no less impressed for it. Seldom have I felt such exhilaration. To think the day would come that we would put on an act for men. I must say, Varigot, you played the villain's role to perfection. Come now, Master. I merely did what was necessary to compel the mortals to confront us. Still it pains me to speak to our beloved children so unkindly. So you say, Azima. Yet you seem happy enough to fight them. You did not forget the true purpose of the trial. Well, I could help but be excited. Do not tell me you felt differently. To see yourself fortunate, children. 'Tis rare indeed to see Nudfal in such high spirits. What in the world is happening? Don't you say you have defeated them? Did they manage to flee, or perhaps were resummoned? Put up your weapons. You have naught to fear from us. Rest assured, we are not summoned beings. We do not drain the land of ether, nor do we take men into our thrall. But what of the gods who were summoned during the calamity? That was not us, but a primal born of your fervent prayers for salvation. Indeed, that the worst of calamity was averted and the realm restored in its aftermath was a direct testament to the power of your hopes. Why choose to appear before us now? Just as men harbour hopes, so too do we gods. To realize our aspirations, it is essential that we do battle with you. Thus did I falsely claim that we sought to rule the world. 'Twas deceitful conduct unworthy of a divinity, and I must apologize, not only for that, but for using my power to do harm besides. These hopes of yours, won't you tell us what they are? We cannot. If you wish to know the truth, you must discover it for yourselves. It is not easy to move forward when there is seemingly no destination, but if you press on, you will eventually arrive at the answers you seek. Aye, you will understand why we hold our peace, and far more besides. You will learn the very truth of our existence. Go forth, mortals, and seek knowledge of us, and when the time is right, we shall meet again in this place. Right. As if hearing about your battling the 12 wasn't shocking enough to have them appear before my very eyes. Suffice it to say, it has been an interesting day. While much about them remains shrouded in mystery, at least they seem open to reason. In considering our next step, I should very much like to hear your detailed account of them. Right after I have a word with our client, that is. Please give us a moment to introduce myself, and then we can review the situation. Right, so I'm going to clear out all of this. Greetings, I'm Crowd, a student of Aldessian. I had the pleasure to addressing Derek, the explorer who saw alien investigating this place. Hi, I'm Derek, and this here is a baby Yopapo. Yes, I can see that. Doesn't it have a name? None that I know of, nor would I presume to bestow one. For that would... I can't read quickly enough, I see. That is very considerate of you. So I understand you explored the various phantom realms at Derek. Will you recount to me the experience? So while the gods tested you sorely, you did not sense any malicious intent. As Religot says, they wish to do battle with us, but to seen they do not necessarily wish to cause us harm. Though much or more about this perplexes, mayhaps it's safe to assume that, as you may recall, Livingway once told us that the art of summoning, as taught by the Asians, incorporate the fervent desire to assimilate others into one's belief. Thus, the resultant primals seek to enthrall worshippers, who in turn seek to grow their ranks. But these beings appear to harbour no such desire. If they are primals, then they are unlike those that have been summoned in recent memory. You might suppose that they were created in antiquity, in like manner to idle in, but there is no way to prove it. Who could they possibly be? And why do they desire to battle with man? Even if you're little Illusia, you know precious little. The true identities of the 12, for instance. Well, Selk did say that, didn't he? By which we may assume he knew the truth, and challenged you to seek it out too. Suffice it to say you'll do so, of course. Insofar as we can ascertain, this is a matter which has implications for the entire star. In light of this, the students of Addison formally accept the commission. We will investigate the Phantom Realm and the beings who call themselves the 12. Without further ado, I'll take a look around. There are a few things I'm curious about. I'll take myself around Eorzea to investigate the worship of those gods we encountered. Since you're already seeing this face, would you care to accompany me? Right, so this is the point where I'm actually going to call it and complete all of this next week. Alright, Grahat's here. So to explain my plan, these are the 12 who were already worshipped during the Third Astral Era, when the Elegant Empire flourished. Come the Fifth Astral Era, those notions that fought in the way of the Magi each took one of the 12 as a guardian deity. This practice has continued to the present day in Eorzea, with some notable regional differences. For instance, his guardians hold Halone as absolute, while Sharlians enjoy a moderate relationship with Thaliak. By visiting various locations in Eorzea and learning about the 12 as they are worshipped, I hope to identify any similarities or differences between them and the beings we encountered. In so doing, I believe we will draw closer to the truth of their identities. For our first destination, I propose we take ourselves to Rauga's Reach. The place is holy ground for worship to the Destroyer, and promises to yield useful details. Right, wait at designated location in Rauga's Reach, although what I am actually going to do is, teleport myself back to Yulmore. Because we are going to be calling it a stream here at the moment. Exodus. I believe that is actually on... That is on Primal. Exodus, so we've got Brynhilde, Exodus, Diablos, Mateus, Goblin, Malboro, Diablos. Although, the dancer from Malboro, DC'd and didn't return. Oh yeah. And Radiance, and we need to go Control Shift I, and we need to drop you in, and we need to drop the Aglia coin in. Because those are the ways we purchase enhancements for the Radiant gear. We also need to drop the materia in. Right. Venture report. Imperial gloves of defending. Alright, and we need to actually, no, not the merchant, the mender. 1,332 gil. And the good thing was that they actually waited for people to finish cutscening. Although I think they only actually stopped so that, also held because we were actually they actually needed to dismiss a member. But anywho, it's actually nearly 9 o'clock. This is gonna be a good one. So let's just do that, and you, and let's log out and exit, and that is gonna be it for today. And it's actually now a bit brighter now that this is on, but the the amount of light that's actually visible with the camera, with the webcam, is not what is actually visible to me because it is relatively dark. And I think it's only balancing from the light coming from the window over there. But anywho, that is going to be it for today. As for what I'm actually going to be doing from next week onwards, I'm likely going to drop running on this character down to 1 day a week, one stream a week. Although it really depends on what I actually plan, because I want to actually, there's another character I'm actually running through, and I need to actually go through all of the quest stuff that I need to yeah, 'cause I need to go through all the quest stuff I actually need to look at to figure out what I actually need to unlock and complete in order to do a full run of Endwalker with all of the intact cutscenes. So yeah, that is going to be rather interesting. And I also need to clear out God damn this place. Really wish I could actually get a place of my own. Unfortunately, I can't because, well, one point, not a lot of estate agents and landlords will take any people on benefits, and even if they do, they are going to ask for a ton of reassurances and a reference, or at least someone to pay who will cover the rent if you default. So I'm stuck in here with a load of assholes. So yeah, that is going to be it for today. Next scheduled stream is going to be on Tuesday, starting anytime between 5 and 6 p.m. Okay, time. Well, I'll actually be doing I'll have to actually start doing leveling work on Gunbreaker and Reaper to actually get the well, because Gunbreaker I need to level up to do Shadowbringers role quests and Endwalker's tank role quests, well for both, and Reaper I have to do for the Endwalker melee DPS role quest. So yeah, I will catch you on Tuesday. Where we'll be going back at this once again.